The Aurora Borealis is one of Earth's most beautiful phenomenons. The colors and vibrancy are breathtaking and attract people from all over the world. However, I've always thought, how are these lights possible? Are they a reflection? Something supernatural? What really causes these lights to appear? I have Dr. Emma Kingsbury from the Geography Department at Texas A&M University here to tell what these lights are all about. Doctor, thank you for being here today. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Northern Lights and where they came from?
Sure, Alexis. It's a pleasure to be here. The Aurora Borealis appears as a strip of blue, green, and red light sitting just above the atmosphere. These lights are beautiful, but many people don't know how they originate. What happens is that a cloud of gas is ejected from the sun, called a coronal mass ejection. Taking 2 to 3 days to reach the Earth, this mass collides with Earth's magnetic field and causes complex changes to happen to the magnetic tail region. These changes generate currents of charged particles, which then flow along lines of magnetic force to polar regions. As the particles are boosted in energy in Earth's upper atmosphere, they collide with oxygen and nitrogen atoms and produce the auroral light that we can see from Earth. Wow, so what makes these colors so different? Altitude has a lot to do with it, as does the chemical makeup. Oxygen atoms produce the yellow and green lights, and nitrogen atoms produce the blue and red lights. The blue-red lights can be seen at an altitude of 60 miles, while green photons are visible at 60 to 150 miles above Earth's surface. Ruby reds are visible at an altitude of above 150 miles. That's so interesting, I never knew that. So what were some methods used to determine the cause of this? Between 1895 and 1907, the Norwegian physicist Christian Birkeland tried to study the polar light's behavior in a lab. Inside a glass vacuum chamber, he mounted a sphere with a magnet inside and directed it towards a beam of electrons. To his surprise, the magnet steered the beam right to a patch around the magnetic poles of his small sphere, producing there, as it hit, a visible glow. It turned out that negative electrons and positive ions alike are guided in space by magnetic field lines. They tend to spiral around them, meanwhile sliding along them like beads on a wire. Because Birkeland's field lines reached the magnet near its magnetic poles, that is where his electrons came down. Similarly, magnetic field lines of the Earth guide electrons of the aurora to come down in the auroral zone. Wow, thank you so much, Doctor, for explaining all of these things. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Alexis, for having me. I hope you learned something new today. There you have it, guys. The Northern Lights are a result of electrons from a solar flare colliding with the upper reaches of Earth's atmosphere. Looks like we've come a long way since medieval times when people saw lights as signs of war or famine, or the Inuit of Alaska who thought the lights were the spirits of the animals they hunted. Although those are lovely stories, it's so nice to know where these lights actually come from.